Refin It Up is extremely happy to announce our new partnership with PSL City Tickets. You could follow them on all social media platforms at PSL City Tickets. And stay tuned as we will have tickets to give away for sporting events, including tailgating. Visit pslcity.net to get the best tickets in your city today.
Now, it's the hottest podcast in the world. From WWE to TNA by way of the NWA. It's referee Brian Hebner, legendary WWE referee and Mr. Refin Rant himself, Jimmy Corderas, and OVW and TNA senior official Daniel Spencer. It's time for Refin' It Up.
Welcome back to Refin' It Up. I am RJ, Jimmy, Brian, Daniel. How we doing, guys?
Fantastic.
All right,
Phenomenal.
that's it, folks. We'll see you next week. I'm joking. What's up, Daniel?
What's going on? Decided to wear my NWO t-shirt today. I don't know, it just
Felt right?
felt right, you know.
Felt right. Got it.
Okay.
Interesting. I guess that's phenomenal.
It's something like that. It's you know, sometimes you just like to showcase certain things, showcase and show down, you know what I mean?
No doubt.
Oh, I
Are you?
don't need you
Yes.
guys.
Daniel,
Well.
Daniel, you're the third man, right? Well, he's technically a referee. He has to be the third man. So.
Well,
There you go.
No, well, yeah.
I'm not Nick Patrick.
What's up, Brian?
though.
Ooh, yeah. Well, could be. But you get your hair slick back and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
You
Right.
gotta go completely black. So black hair, anyways. Black.
Well, you know
black
what you got to
sleeves.
do then? You got
What's
your
that?
long sideburns and your hair slicked back and coming to your town in a pink Cadillac. I'm just a referee, man.
Ooh.
And there's a new karaoke. I guarantee you that.
Man.
Brian, what's up? Let's get Brian get in a word or two.
I'm good.
Brian's in the dark.
Jeez. On that note, everybody's so talkative this week. Why don't we
Well,
just?
I had a long weekend, man.
Go Cubbies this week. All right, talk about a long week. I've had a long week.
Oh, coming
How
back from
long
Edmonton?
was it?
That's what.
That drive to Edmonton, Alberta, Canada is one I will not want to do again, but I will. I guess it was a good. At least the crowds were hot and it was a good. You know,
Yeah.
sold out both nights. So, but man, it was rough. I like Canada, but I wasn't a fan of Edmonton. I was a fan of Edmonton when I got there. I wasn't a fan of the getting there, but I was a fan of when I got there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Makes
is it?
sense.
You're a fan or you're not?
I'm a fan of Edmonton, but not a fan of getting there.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah,
I was confused.
I tried to.
I get it.
Makes sense. But something that isn't confusing is our first count. So why don't we send it up there right now, right here on Refin' It Up.
This is your one count.
Gentlemen, the wrestling world has their eyes on NXT this coming week, this next week, October 7th, right there at the PC, where NXT and TNA is putting on Showdown. Guys, Jimmy, man, we've seen a lot of these stories keep building up and keep building up and keep building up, and it's I don't want to say it's going to culminate here next week because this may not be the end.
No, it's not going to be the end of the agreement between TNA and NXT. I do not believe, but it will culminate in something next week. That's for sure. Because fireworks, you talk about fireworks. The last couple of weeks have been a hell of a firework display. That's for sure. And I find a lot of it so interesting. I mean, next
Mhm.
week, Mike Santana, he's leading Team TNA on the men's side versus the Tricky Williams, the TNA champ. You know that the TNA champ is on Team NXT. See,
Mhm.
there's interesting threads here throughout the whole thing,
Yeah.
Hmm.
even on the women's side.
There really is. Something else
Well,
that's really weird to me. This may be a y'all question because I must have missed something, which is very possible. Um, Jordan Grace is on TNA's team, right? And the girls.
no,
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 she's not on. She's not on the
she's
team at
not on
all.
either team.
right.
Oh, another interesting.
So these are the teams that they're going to have the traditional 4-on-4 Survivor Series style matches, which I'm digging. On the men's side, we're having Ricky Saints as their captain. He has Trick Williams, as Jimmy mentioned, Javon Evans, and Miles Bourne taking on Team TNA, captained by Mike Santana, with Moose, Frankie Kazarian, and Leon Slater. On the women's side, Team NXT is captained by uh, JC Jane with Sol Ruka, Jada Parker, and Lola Vice, taking on Team TNA, the Knockouts champion, the new Knockouts champion, Kalani Jordan, Jesse McKay, Cassie Lee, and Mara Sade. So the interesting
Mara said, who
part
was actually a former. She just
NXT
recently. She was in
was
NXT
on
talent.
NXT, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Chikara
The
Jackson.
interesting part that you alluded to, Brian Jimmy, we see Trick Williams, your TNA men's champion, heavyweight champion, on the NXT side, but we see Kalani Jordan, the Knockouts champion, who is on NXT or part of the NXT roster on the Team TNA side. So it's interesting that you kind of compare and contrast that. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, though.
I mean, it's confusing, but it's interesting.
Yeah.
All in the same town. I mean, it really is. Now, explain this thing because I saw something last night. I was in and out last night because I had my daughters and I was in the middle of cooking. I saw what I thought where they said that a backstage segment where Jordan was like she's on Team TNA. Did I miss something? I could have.
She said she made she alluded to she's always because of her history and all that stuff. She's always Team TNA. But she wasn't been picked yet, and she was trying to talk about she's up for the challenge, even though she's up with NXT now. She will join Team TNA. Um, and then it turned into then she said Joe Hendry's name, and then he appeared, and then it was a whole thing too.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Gotcha.
And then Mike
Gotcha.
Santana. The one thing I thought was funny. Mike Santana comes in. He goes, "Well, I got somebody I want to. She hasn't picked her team yet." He goes, "That's somebody I want to introduce you to." She goes, "Who?" And he says, "Everybody," because like she don't know the
Mhm.
roster, So that was kind of a nice way of them to telling that, hey, you really don't know. It's hard for you to pick because you don't know everybody yet. So I like how they did that actually.
And it's also a big Tuesday night for the competition AEW, correct?
Yeah, they're running head
That's
to
what I've
head.
heard. That's what I've heard. Yeah.
Okay. And it's called what? It's called
Ti-
something.
Title Tuesday or something like that.
So does that mean every title's up? I'm sorry, I don't know. I
Yeah,
can't watch everything.
I'm sure that, well, there's 47 titles, so I'm sure they got a lot of time to fill.
Because this is part of their anniversary show, correct?
Yes.
They
Well,
do
Because it's what
congratulations to them. 6 years.
6 years? Yeah,
Yeah.
more power to them. It's phenomenal that they have they've been there for six years.
It just doesn't
It's
seem
at,
like it to me. It just
and it's at back at Daly's place too.
oh, is it really?
Yep.
Huh. Interesting.
Let me see. Talk. Because I'm pretty sure I saw
Lineup.
Card.
yeah, there we go. I want to say there it is. I just want to make sure I boot it up the right way. I believe we had it was like a 6-man. I'm trying to look it up, guys. Thinking,
Trios title thing.
It's okay, but while you're
go
doing
ahead.
that, don't you guys think it's very fascinating that this is a head-to-head deal, and What is everybody going to be talking about Wednesday?
That's going to be the important question. What's they
Mhm.
going to be talking about? What does everybody want to talk about?
Head.
Yeah. But here's the
That's what everybody
thing.
wants.
I don't think the switch, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, I think the switch was made because of playoff baseball schedule, if
Yes, it
I'm
was for
not
sure.
mistaken. So
Yeah.
it's not the first time this has happened where they've had to move Dynamite to a different night. And it's going to be interesting for some people out there. I'm sure the sickos are going to be looking at the numbers the next day, and hey, it is what it is.
You want
Enjoy
to
what you like
you want to make some predictions?
on the
For
numbers.
numbers,
Yeah, on the numbers. I'm going to tell you. Here's my and I'll jump
Go
out and
for
say,
it.
yep. I'm not putting the actual numbers out. I'm just saying they're going to suffer. AEW is going to suffer because they're switching nights, which you have to expect everyone to jump to, which is a hard thing to do. Believe me, I worked at TNA in the worst times when we were going from night to different night and all that bullshit. It's hard to get your following to follow that. It is. So they're going to lose some there where I think that everyone that's a wrestling fan of TNA and NXT and you combine them together is going to be really into this, really intrigued by this, and I think they pop a big number. When I say big number, I'm talking about more than their usual, and I think NXT is going to be. I mean, I'm sorry, AEW could possibly be a scary low this week, is what I think.
how low can they go?
Well, I mean, I don't see how they're going to go up against this
Because
massive
they're
show.
because they've been averaging probably what about 6 or 7, right? 100,
Yeah,
give or take.
Who's
Because
that? Which one?
I know
NXT?
Collision has
no,
hmm?
no, NXT
AEW.
averages over 7.
Well, that's what I'm saying is, and AEW has been averaging right there about 6 or 7. I know NXT over the last couple of weeks have been going up because of these storylines with TNA.
Right.
Um,
All I'm asking y'all is this: do you think AEW suffers a little bit or stays the same, or do you think they pop a good number, or do you think NXT stays where they normally are, or do you think they pop a big number? Who do you think suffers here? Because you got one's got to suffer.
I think it's AEW. To be honest with you, because like
Only,
you said,
and,
it's
and I'm
going
not,
night. to night.
I know I could say I'm biased because all of our talent is gonna, not all of it, but some of our talent's gonna be keep competing against them. But I think for the simple fact that what Brian said earlier, it's the truth. Unfortunately, it's hard to get your people to follow. Even on the same, even it was hard to get people to follow, you know, t WWF Raw back in the day to go from USA to TNN
Yeah,
later became Spike TV, but it was hard them to do that for those years or whatever because they were so used to USA Network for a long time. So
Mhm.
even switching a night on the same network, but switching another night, they're gonna lose the ratings are gonna be low because of that. In addition to competing against an NXT, now the only thing that NXT might lose is that you have if you have your diehard AEW people, they will choose AEW over everything because that's what they do now.
sure.
So they will watch that over. But I think
Mhm.
because it won't be enough that there'll be a dip for AEW because of the night change, and then the amount that NXT would lose because of people switching over to AEW won't be significant enough to hurt NXT's ratings. So
Yeah.
Right.
um,
I
Well,
agree with that.
also keep in mind too, guys. We're also going to be seeing the Hardys on NXT TV as well, taking on Darkstay for a winner take all
yeah.
tag team title match too. So that in itself, we're going to see the Dudleys. Obviously get into it later when we plug the show, Daniel, with you, but we're going to see the Dudleys and the Hardys here coming up at Bound for Glory. But are they going to have all the gold by then? We don't know. You're going to have to tune in. And I think it's proven. All three of you guys know it firsthand. The Hardys draw numbers and they draw money.
Yep.
Plain and simple. They have for years.
They I like to use the word they make money.
Okay.
I think they make
Better.
everybody money. They make everybody money. But let me say this really quick, guys. I want to like clean this up for all the people out there.
Mhm.
When I was saying that they were going to be on a different night, it wasn't like a ha ha ha. Like I was like, unfortunately, is what I'm meaning.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, they're going to be on a different night, which is
Yeah.
not going to get their viewers all going there. Is what I meant. I didn't want
Yeah.
anybody to be like thinking that I was trying to be like, well, they're going another night. They're going to be the shit. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
It doesn't matter because when you watch, and I don't like to compare with WWE, but if WWE had to switch nights for one night, they would plug the living shit out of it all week long.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They would
Yeah.
put the machine behind it. They would be everywhere. You'd see it plastered on everything. And the one advantage, like for example, Netflix or whoever it is, if Raw had to even switching times, you see it as soon as you click on the Netflix, you see the damn thing pop up.
Right.
They got to do something along those lines if they want to remind their viewers, their loyal audience, that they're shifting nights.
And I think if they do a good job of that, Jimmy, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't think they hit a scary low. I think it could happen though, because this I cannot remember. You guys probably have watched NXT longer and more than me, but I don't believe an NXT show has been this big. This feels to me like a pay-per-view on the CW network.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Eh,
Well,
Well,
I don't.
it's basically a PLE on free TV.
Yeah.
Just
But
like it
I
is
don't.
for
I
Dynamite.
have and I have to throw out there because RJ, you mentioned the tag team match with the Hardys and the Dark State. For me, the match that's going to steal the night, steal the show, Mustafa Ali versus Ethan Page is going to be off
Yeah.
the charts.
That promo was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed that. Haven't seen a lot of Ali's work. Enough, but didn't think that was in there. I did not think that was in there. I was very impressed with him last night. Really good stuff there.
He's really came into it over the last
Yeah.
number of months as far as the promo, because the in ring work, in my opinion, has always been there. It was a matter of getting that showcase, and he's definitely getting that in TNA, and I'm thrilled to see it. But this promo work has definitely come along quite a bit.
Yeah, and one of the things, I mean, in ring work, one of my favorite matches I've ever worked of his was Chris Sabin and versus him for the X Division title. It was like No Surrender 2024, I think is the name of it. It was in New Orleans, and man, it's a freaking amazing fun match to be a part of. So, um,
You know
anyways,
what it seems. You know what it seems with Ali. It seems almost like he's had the Drew McIntyre effect on him. He needed to go away from WWE to kind of find that his role, himself.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with that, Jimmy. Very good assessment.
And I think too, I think he was more of a guy that would be like, hey, this is what we need to do. Bing, bing, bing. A bullet point guy, if you will. We want you to hit this and this instead of, hey, script wise. And I think TNA is a perfect spot for him for that.
Yeah. And before
Uh,
anybody gets all uptight thinking we're cheering for either side, we want both sides to do good. Nobody
Yes.
here is doing the splits for TKO for their annual gift baskets here, okay? Just wanted to let you know.
But and before we got a jam-packed reference review, but I just wanted to mention one thing too. AEW, man, there have been fairly good shows as of late as well, but I think it's like you said, Brian, it's gonna potentially hurt him by moving that day. But knock on wood, I hope they knock it out of the park as well.
I think they'll be doing good. And I want to say this too. They have been doing good. I mean, they really have. I've enjoyed and seen some improvements in some things. Matches are making sense, things like that. But I will say, this is a big kind of like monumental movement, in my opinion, for TNA. It has nothing to do with I was there. I was in WWE too. I was in AEW. I was in NWA. Where the fuck haven't I been? But anyway,
New
Your
Japan.
mom's basement.
yes, in my
That
mom's
too.
basement. You're right. No, I've shown my face. But no, why I'm saying this is this show's been in existence for 3+ years, and we've never really had our first count has been basically about TNA. And I think this is wonderful that people are talking about it.
Yep.
I mean, really, we our shows typically cover the WWE, NXT, WWE, and AEW. I know I said that twice. But what I'm saying is this is awesome. I mean, I didn't put this together. I didn't make this happen. TNA made this happen. They're making us talk about it. And I think that's wonderful for the company that I really actually love and have my heart with. So if anybody asks me tonight, where my allies lay, I am fucking team TNA, damn it. Okay. And I'm proud of it. What the hell?
Oh, Darby, get out of here.
What was that like?
Sorry.
Anyway, but I just want to say that, guys. I mean, I think it's great. I think it's great for TNA. They deserve it.
Oh boy, they certainly do. And like I said, October 7th, live there from the Performance Center in Orlando. We're gonna see one hell of a fight coming up, I'm sure, for that. But we're also gonna see a big fight. Well, we're gonna put some our Dukes up this week in our referee review. So why don't we send it up there now, right here on Reffing It Up.
This is Refin Review.
Welcome back to our ref interview right here on Reffing It Up. Jimmy, man, big week in the referee world, more so in WWE, good, bad, and different. To put some context on it, I'll set it up to you just so everybody knows where, how this was set up. So we're
I
going
don't
to
know
be
how.
obviously.
I actually don't know how anybody doesn't know about it at this point. But
Well, as far as
How can you
what
not?
led up to it, the
no, I'm
synopsis
kidding.
before.
I'm kidding. But I'm sure they're all done.
Yeah.
Sure.
But go ahead,
So,
RJ.
so pretty much, leads up Nia. The match was between Nia, Jade, and Tiffany for the women's world title on SmackDown. Leading up to it, halfway through the match, Jade took a nasty, legitimate bump into the ring steps, gouged her eye pretty much right above her eye, right on her eyebrow, which led into the pin there with Daphne there, Jimmy. Thoughts on that leading into it? Did Daphne do enough? Did she for that specifically? Because we didn't really see her get too involved there when Jade initially got busted open the hard way.
Okay, I'm gonna address this first before we get to Daphne, because poor Daphne was caught rocking a hard place again because of what happened what led up to that situation. But as far as getting gashed on the stairs and everybody pointing fingers at Nia and saying, "Well, Nia's dangerous in the ring and she doesn't," Nia didn't take the bump. Jade did. Put your freaking hands up. That's all you had to do. Oh, well, she pushed her extra hard. Really? You guys don't have a freaking clue what you're talking about. She took this bad bump. Okay, it happens. And hats off to her because she gutted it out. She gutted it out. And as far as the situation leading to the pin, and if you use the word botched, I hate you, because mistakes happen. Here's what happened. Jade hit Nia with, I guess it was called the manhandle, the boss man slam that used to do, that spinning slam, which looked great.
Mm-hmm.
It looked freaking great. Jade pins Nia, and if you watch Nia, she's not looking at Daphne, who's on her right side, to come in for the pin. She's looking to her left. Why is she looking to her left? Because she's expecting Tiffany to come make the save, and she's keeping an eye on things. Daphne counts, and she comes in late. So what does Nia do? She kicks out in a situation where Tiffany is supposed to make the save. So Tiffany is late. That throws everything off the rails right there. Now it's call an audible. Now Tiffany comes in and makes the cover. Daphne counts 1, 2. Nia doesn't kick out. Why? Because, in my opinion, the original finish was supposed to be Tiffany steals the win after she makes the save. Nia was not supposed to kick out there, but she kicked out because Tiffany was late and didn't want to be pinned at that point, and changed the entire finish of the match, which Tiffany was supposed to go over. Daphne probably got a little mixed up because Nia had kicked out already and was expecting her to kick out again. That's my opinion. That's what I believe happened there. I don't know that for a fact, but that's what I believe happened. And then when she didn't count, go ahead.
That would be my assumption, and as well, the exact same scenario you just laid out would be exactly Same thing. I agree with you 100%.
So we're
And
go ahead.
go ahead, Brian. No,
Well,
go ahead.
here's my confusion. I agree with you 100%, Jimmy, on all that. I do. The point I'm very, very confused about is if Naya kicked out originally because of the late save, why didn't she kick out the second time?
That's probably what Daphne was thinking.
Right. If you, it's because she thought that was the finish.
Well, we said it was the finish.
It was.
We both agree that that was
Mhm.
the finish, but an audible, it would have been smart to call an audible there to just kick out of that again, because no move was done, no other additional move was done other than a cover. Kick out again, and then just quickly, what they did was go into another finishing spot for the 1, 2, 3. Um, but yeah, it that's what I think. That's what I think happened there for sure. Um, and yeah, and Daphne, poor thing. She was in the middle of that, and who knows what was also saying in her ear at the same time, and all that too as well. So there's a lot of other things that happened, but it just sucks that you're put in those situations on live TV with probably 2 minutes to go or whatever, a minute to go.
So to me, and I am not trying to copy, I thought this the entire time. We just did our show a day late. Bubba happened to say exactly what I thought, which, God, me and him do this all the time. And we're always taping the show too late because it
Oh, I
sounds
know
like
that. Yeah.
yeah, because it sounds like I'm trying to take his idea. And I'm not. I'm not. I don't understand why they had to wait for her to make a save. She could have just got in the ring and picked her up and threw her out the ring and jumped on top of her, which to me would have created even more heat. And you don't have to worry about a timing thing. Um, you know, and then again, a lot of people say, well, why didn't Daphne just go ahead and count? That's a tough call. Don't get me wrong. That's why I don't like to swipe. I'll say that because I've been caught where someone didn't kick out, and because I didn't do a swipe, I actually look like I hit. So I could play it off that way. And I'm
Mhm.
not blaming her. I'm not blaming her. That's not what I'm saying. But as she incorporates a get away from that swipe crap, then maybe something better could have happened there as opposed to it looking blatantly like it did for us and everyone in the world that was watching. That's my only thing with Daphne. The swipe got her. It got her. Because if she had come down and she waited to do the pull in a little bit, which we all do, a little pull in or whatever, she could have actually kind of hit and it just went, that's three. But this was decisive. 3 was not hit. She pulled and tucked and everything. And that made it tough for that situation because you can't hide that.
And I will say this during the match, I felt like Nia did a very good job as being the ring general in that match. She led that match very well throughout the entire match.
Right.
Maybe what could have happened there and would have helped Daphne out, even though she kicked out, maybe when Tiffany made the cover, again, she was looking the other way to her left. Still, if she would look to the right to Daphne and say, this is it, or whatever, count, would have avoided the whole situation.
True.
And I'm not pointing a finger at anybody here. I'm not pointing a finger at Nia. I'm not pointing a finger at Tiffany, even though the late save is what caused this train to go off the tracks.
Guys, it was a tough fucking spot. A tough spot to be in.
And that's why house shows are so important. Because guess what? If they're doing this on Monday night or Friday night, guess what they're doing at the house shows? This same freaking match.
Mm-hmm.
And that way you get the reps in. Because trying to do it cold sometimes, especially with, and again, I'm not, seasoned pros, like people who have done it for a long time, a little bit easier for them to call it out there and go with it.
Now, do you think, and I don't know if this would be true or not, but Do you think that an audible was called for whatever reason towards the end of that match? Either any number of reasons, whether it be Jade's injury or with her losing blood, whether it be something else, and it just wasn't transferred or talked about to the talent? No? Oh,
No, I think they
I
went to
don't
the
believe so.
exact same finish they were going to.
okay.
I do. I think they were going.
But
I think it's clear the save was late, and it just threw
Mhm.
everything off. She knew the finish was not for her to kick out at first and to be had that save there. It wasn't. She saw it wasn't going to happen, so she kicked, and then she went to the finish that she thought, which was lay there. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Go ahead, Daniel. I'm sorry.
No, I mean it's unfortunate, you know, and that's where and you know there's a lot of hate happening online. I tweeted out, you know, I support her, and you know, like or shout out to her or whatever, just you know, because that's what you do. I mean, it's unfortunate that people are, you know, I'm sure it's going to appear on Botchamania, and I'm sure it's going to whatever. Like it's you know, you mentioned the word botch. Who says it's a botch because you know somebody did whatever. Stop it. It's dumb. And yeah, I think Brian makes a good point. The swipe may have hurt her, you know, but
mhm,
um, bottom line is you don't know what was being said in the ear. She may have even told Nia to kick, and Nia didn't kick. You know, you never know if she may have said that too, and like, oh crap, she didn't kick. You know,
right.
and um, you know that's it's unfortunate. Um, but you know, it's Friday. This Friday will be the next show that she's worked, and I hope she goes out there, and I hope she goes out there like it never happened,
Right.
and just outperforms everybody, and just shows that hey, I'm still here, and then you know if somebody wants to say anything, I guarantee. I mean, if they get it, she's not going to lose her job over this.
No.
And I guarantee you, she's still going to be refereeing some of the top tier matches at WrestleMania this year. And the people that are complaining and bitching about it or saying things, they're not. So you know, you're the one paying $30 to watch it while she's you know, getting paid lots of money to do it. So whatever.
Well, the people bitching and complaining are the ones who have never been in a ring, have never put on
100%.
stripes, have never taken a bump, have never set up a ring, have never even been anywhere near our business, but they know the whole shit. And you know, Brian, you mentioned it too. Bubba laid it out brilliantly on Busted Open. I think we covered it very well here for people to help them understand, and for people. Oh, I'm going to go off on the. I better not say it. Okay. Diamond Dave Meltzer to go out there and give his analysis. And this is like supposed to be a big deal that he broke it down from his point of view. What point of view does he have?
What did he say though? Did he break it down the correct way? That
I don't know. He was mumbling all over the place. Who frickin' knows what he says? You know what? Stick to giving 5-star ratings to every match and shut the hell up, man.
right?
We don't need you to break it down for us. You know what? If I need if who who is the pick any NFL analyst who has never played football before.
Joe
Joe
Buck.
Buck.
Okay, would I go to Joe Buck to break it down, or would I go to somebody like a Terry Bradshaw to break it down?
Oh, for
Probably
real?
Bradshaw.
Well, thank
Bradshaw.
you very much.
Absolutely.
Enough said.
The last thing I'll say on this, and we need to move on.
Yeah, yeah.
I will say that with the communication that WWE has, they have the callback button, they have all the technology. If someone did tell Daphne kick, or she's got a kick, Daniel, Jimmy, as soon as you hit one, aren't you yelling, you got a kick? You got a kick?
I mean, possibly. Yeah. I mean,
What do you mean possibly?
yeah. I mean, well, what I'm saying is possibly you don't know if they're also communicating too. You might have to do it at two. But what I'm saying is, yes, if you're telling them right away.
Yeah.
But also, you know, you don't know if they told her that after she hit one as well. So that's the other thing. Like, it's just you know, there was a couple different mistakes, and in that match regardless, and some we clearly know of. We're talking about it now, and some we probably don't even know, and because you never
Hmm.
there's mistakes in every match you have no you most 90% 99% of the people don't know. Um,
There's two
and
sides to every story, right, Daniel?
yeah,
Hmm.
and And the bottom line is that what I liked about it, they got out of it. The finish, they made a new finish regardless of what happened. And where brawl happened and smack, like you're gonna forget about it. And I guarantee you when they re-show the clip and do everything of what happened,
They'll clean it up.
they'll clean it up and
Yep.
it'll look like it never existed.
Yep.
So, guys, why don't we do this? Why don't we send it up to our second count right here on Revving It Up?
This is your 2 count.
Welcome back to our second count right here on Revving It Up. This week, guys, we are doing something a little bit different. We got a bunch of questions here in our old grab bag of goodies here. These are questions that we've come up with. The guys have no idea what I'm going to ask them. It could be pretty much anything just to get their thoughts and their opinions on it. Could be wrestling, could not be wrestling. We don't know yet. But without further ado, we'll start with Jimmy, man. And we'll go around kind of like a...
We always start with Jimmy. Let's go, Jimmy.
Okay, we'll start with Brian then.
No,
Fine.
you stay with
no,
Jimmy.
No, I insist. You're not even drinking tonight.
Sure,
I'm very
RJ,
proud
start
of you.
with the senior citizen over here. Yeah, I get it.
I know Jimmy might not be here for the whole show. Just go to him.
Yeah, I might. You never know. I might doze off, man.
Jimmy, clap,
Yeah.
blink,
Go,
clap,
go.
clap.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Hello. What?
Go to Jimmy, please, because actually, me and him think the same, and I want to get the next question. That way, I can say what I want. He can't steal it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm so laughing about clapping. Anyways, so Jimmy, what really grinds your gears in today's wrestling? If you could sum it up if you could.
You better not steal it, Jimmy. Damn it.
Sum up what grinds my gears in today's wrestling. You really want me to sum it up?
Well,
Already know where
we
you're
only
going.
have
Possible? Is it
we
possible?
only have like a half hour left in the
Okay.
show, so
Well, let
probably
me make it
within-
easy for you. Everything.
All right,
How's
that's
that
it,
for
folks.
you?
We'll see you next week.
Now, the thing that grinds my gears mostly about today's wrestling is not the wrestlers or the wrestling itself, because the wrestling is, like I say, different flavors of ice cream. People have their likes or dislikes, their flavors I don't like. But the fact that somebody's going to come up to you and say, well, if you don't watch CMLL or you don't watch New Japan Pro Wrestling, you're not a real wrestling fan. You know what? Does that mean because I don't watch The Big Bang Theory, I'm not a comedy fan? Guess what? I like stuff that's funny. Big Bang Theory is not funny. Doesn't mean I don't like comedians. You know what I mean? It's not my taste. So this whole you're either with us or against us mentality, it has driven me to drink, brother. Driven me to drink. And orange juice, that is. Promise, no vodka in there. But it's ridiculous, guys. It's gotten to the point where you can't even have a freaking opinion anymore without somebody calling you something. When did wrestling become worse than politics? Wrestling was supposed to be the escape from all the real world shit.
Well, you stole my answer.
Don't I always?
Yes.
Okay.
But you went another level to it. But so I'm going to revert to something else that I had to think about while you were talking. I would say, if I have to say what grinds my gears, is having matches, televised matches, and even pay-per-view matches that have no story and they're just thrown out the fucking gate. And I'm supposed to enjoy this with no story. I can't stand it. I can't stand that. That's one of my gears, I guess, that gets grinded, I guess, is just having a meaningless match on TV for no fucking reason. Like, that drives me insane. Daniel?
I kind of went on this rant before. My thing is just having people thinking they're entitled and owed something when they haven't really paid their dues in the business. And I don't mean like like your Logan Pauls and people like that who's got a draw and things and get and get obviously bring in talent. I'm talking like legit like people they're trying to make their name. They're trying to be somebody, trying to get their foot in the door, and you give them opportunities to put their foot in the door, but they don't want to do the work. They just want somebody to sign them, and it's like it ain't gonna happen, pal. I mean, not everybody's Logan Paul.
Right.
Not everybody is Brock Lesnar. Not everybody's gonna have Kurt Angle even have this look where it's like you're talented, you're good, and you're gonna come in right off the bat. But all those guys that I named have done the work. So
Mm.
there's a little bit of difference, even though it looks like they haven't. Kurt Angle actually went and trained from the bottom up, so did
Mm-hmm.
Brock Lesnar, and so did Logan Paul, believe it or not,
John
and
Cena.
John Cena as well. Like it's, Brock Lesnar used to drive the ring truck at OVW, drive
Hmm.
it, so
He just wanted to run over people and shit.
probably. But that's paying your dues. So like pay your dues, man. And sometimes I think it's maybe it's they're not being taught correctly from school. So that's where it's important. Pay attention to what kind of school you go to. If you're in Florida, Orlando area, you know, go see Ace Steel, go see Sean Spears and Tyler Breeze. Go see those guys. Maybe or even Devon Dudley if you're in those areas. If you're in the upper Northeast, go see Bubba Ray's school. Go see Brian Myers' school. Go see Damian Adams. Go see these guys up there. If you're in the Midwest, go to OVW. You know, these are it's very important that you get yourself into a good school. If you're in the Texas area, in the area around, go see Booker T. Like I can name more and more. You're in the Chicagoland area, go to Iowa and go to Seth Rollins' school. Go get yourself taught properly, and all the aspects, not just how to do things in the ring, but all aspects of the business. Because I guarantee those guys are teaching you everything, the right thing in the business, not just the shitty stuff. If you're in Canada, go see Santino Morella as well. So
Geographical question, Daniel.
yeah, yeah,
Not being smart ass either. I'm really not.
yeah.
Is Kentucky considered Midwest?
No, it's Kentucky is actually considered the South, but however, we are pretty much right there. We're it's kind of both. We're Midwest ways, and we're in the South.
I was being
But
serious. I really
yeah,
was.
no, I know it's a thing. I get it. Like Louisville and even the cities close like Florence and all that up to Cincinnati, we're kind of labeled more with Midwest, where you go, to Lexington, and you go more Bowling Green. You can tell in other parts, Pikeville, you're in the South. So
Hmm.
it's a different situation there, but. It's kind of like that tweener, It's kind of like, are they a baby face or are they a heel? I don't know. They're a tweener.
Right. Who says we're not good for kids? There's your geographic for
Okay, you
today,
know what else
guys.
grinds my gears?
Uh
The term
Mm.
tweener.
oh.
It's
Oh God.
pronounced Twitter, by the way. I don't.
That
Oh,
too.
that too.
Yeah.
uh, so we'll move on. Brian, this is something that Jimmy is one of his questions is in his wheelhouse. This is you got four people in a car, including yourself.
Oh shit.
Who's in your car? I know we've talked about in the past the great stories about the minivan of love. You could bring back the minivan of love if you want, but you can only have four people in there. Who's in your car?
Wow. Okay. Wow. This is hard. Why do you come with me to first for the hard one? Um,
Because I want to see if I can trip you up a little bit
well, you
because it
just did.
humors me.
You just did. All right. I'm gonna have to go with and it can only be four, but the fourth includes me.
Correct.
Damn. Okay. I'm gonna go with D'Lo Brown, Don West, if he were still here, and no, I mean for shits and giggles to complete this car would be Frankie Kazarian.
Wow.
Wow.
Now, if you took Don out of the car, unfortunately, because he went to heaven, I have an alternate for that, and that would be Jinx.
Okay.
And for y'all that don't know, that's Craig
Jenkins.
Jenkins.
Yeah, Pascal. Yeah, he was on the show with us. I don't know when, but he's been on the show before.
Hmm.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. And I throw Frankie in there
Yeah.
because Frankie was a great rider, man, and he was always looking out for me. He was like, Hebner, shut up. You're gonna get drunk. Shut the fuck up. Move over. And he would just be great. I mean, but he would never hold it against me. And he was just awesome. He drove me and my dad to a party that I don't even want to mention his name. I can't because I think there's lawsuits going on. But anyway, um, down at a lake out in Orlando, and he didn't drink a drop because he wanted me and my dad to have a good time. He wanted to go. He wanted to hang out. I don't know. That would be my car. That would be because I mean that's what the people I drove with for so many years, and that's they're my go to. I know that they'll go on my back.
Hmm.
That's me.
So, Daniel, it seems like every other week you're always on the road driving the ring truck. But in this instance, we'll say, who are your 4 or 3 other people that are in your car?
So this is interesting because when I do a lot of like OVW stuff or do a lot of Dave Hero or different things, and we travel a lot of the road, one of my road buddies in the car that I'm always with is Tony Gunn. He's a gentleman you see me post working out with and stuff. So Tony's one of my best friends. So honestly, Tony Gunn would be definitely in my car. I would probably, man, it's crazy as this sounds because, you know, I would have to put Tessa Blanchard in the car with me because Tessa's funny and great and a really good person, and she like every time we've ever hung out, we'll hang out or whatever, having a out to eat or whatever it is, she's literally like making everybody laugh. So that would be fun. The third one though is the one I would have trouble with because there's so many people. Like I could put Brian in the car, I could put Earl in the car.
Mhm.
Oh, see, you just couldn't do it. Not one episode.
We almost got through it too. We
I know.
almost got through it.
And you know what, Daniel? I was going to put you in my car too, but I'm going by. I always think about the history because I can't wait to hear Jimmy's.
100%,
I can't wait to hear
100%.
Jimmy's.
So, but the other thing is that that's why Tony's in my car because of the history of what we've done.
Yes.
I mean, but also like Macklin or Franklin Kazarian, those are guys that I've had. EY, Eric Young is another one that
He's another one I could have put. Bobby Roode,
but easily in the car. So I really don't know who that third one is. It's kind of like maybe a rotating seat. But D'Lo's another one. You mentioned D'Lo in yours. D'Lo would be great. If you gun to my head, got to pick someone right now. This is it. Who you going to pick? I would probably go with EY.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's review that.
Yep.
So Tessa,
Yep.
EY, and
Tony Gunn.
Okay. All right. Cool. It's hard to do, isn't it?
Yeah,
It is hard.
When everybody loves you, it's hard to do.
And the other thing too is I have an OVW crew, so I have like Eric Cornish, Linda Kay,
exactly.
Tony Gunn. Like I have those guys, so that's like it's hard to try to mix everything together because I have I have a crew, then I also have the TNA crew, so it's
Right.
It's a little hard to try to make it.
Got a question for you. Have you ever ridden with Jack Vaughn?
You know what? I think I might have been in the car with Jack Vaughn before. Now I'm thinking about it.
I'm just wondering if while you're driving he does a thigh slap.
Maybe.
Look, there's 3 guys that if they were listening to the show would be probably very disappointed,
Mm.
and that would be JBL, Brock Lesnar, and Big
Nope.
Show.
No, not JBL.
You don't think he would?
No, because he'd be in my car.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But I went with history of.
Mm-hmm.
Now there was many times I was forced to ride with Brock.
Forced?
Forced. He would pull me out of y'all's car. And then of course Big Show, it just was always at a damn strip club, and I just didn't like that shit. You know what I mean? Like it was I was in a big bus, had my own bed and shit. But anyway, like
Yeah.
those are guys I could have named.
Yeah.
So we need to what bus can we put together? But anyway, go ahead, Jimmy.
Yeah. Well, I already mentioned one, JBL,
Good
because
one.
JBL is a laugh a minute. I mean,
Oh my God.
especially riding in the car, he'll be back there putting a few back. I hate to do it, but I got.
I know you're going there.
I got to put Chimmel in the car.
Chimo.
Just so JBL has somebody to rip on the whole trip, so he can laugh the entire way. And see, but the third one, I was thinking because there's a couple of guys that are no longer with us that I'd love to have in the car.
Well, that's why
Like,
Don West was tough.
Like Eddie, I would love to have Eddie in the car. Somebody like that. But Edge, Adam. Adam, surprisingly a funny guy. People don't see him that way because
He's hilarious, actually.
He's really funny.
I thought you were going to say Goat Boy.
Goat Boy. Oh my God.
Mark Yaton.
I was thinking maybe Pumpkinhead, only so you can bring the, but only so you can bring the t-shirt gun in the car with us so you can shoot Chimmel again.
In the nuts.
Right, yeah. But it's hard from the back seat to get the gun around, just to angle it. He'd probably hit him in one of his chins.
Yeah. So RJ, real quick, I want to spin this question.
Okay.
Oh.
Put your dream car together. You're three guys you want to carry with you in the car, and you're going down to WrestleMania, and it's your job to get them there. Who are they? Three of them.
That they have to be obviously living or correct with the rest of yours.
No, your dream car. I said.
Eddie. Angle. And Shelton Benjamin.
Oh,
wow. Where'd that come from?
Because if I get in shit, I got people behind me to take care of it for me.
So you're worried about being protected. Well, you couldn't have named three better.
Yeah, they're all gonna kick ass for you. I'll tell you that.
That's true. That's a badass car right there.
You guys mentioned stories though too. It's just like you get Eddie. Like I said, you guys worked with him. I obviously, I'm looking in from the outside. You get those stories. You're in a long car for a long period of time. Jimmy, you mentioned JBL with all the stories.
Plus, we could play golf.
Well, that too.
You could just pull over and play golf. Find a course. Go.
The one thing I didn't think about my car. The one thing I didn't think about my car, Jimmy, I was kind of stupid there. JBL should have been in there because dinner would be free, golf's free, everything's free, beer's free, everything would have been free. I didn't think about the money aspect of it. Jeez, that's not how you operate.
He only charges Teddy Long for some reason.
No, I got in legal trouble riding with him.
No wonder I haven't seen you up here for a while.
Well, I think it's sponged now. Who knows?
What do they call it? The statute of limitation?
Expunged.
That too. We briefly talked about this in the first count. We were talking about NXT and TNA, but Jimmy, how important do you think it is for TNA to either go over or to outshine NXT with Bound for Glory coming up? We kind of want to round it a little bit, but what do you think about that?
No, I think it's very important, and I think they have the crew to do it because the only thing that TNA is lacking is eyeballs on the product. We keep talking about hopefully they get that TV deal that gets them more exposure, and then people will discover what they've been missing all this time. That TNA is a very, very good wrestling product. And they could hang with anybody. I mean, I hate to put you on the spot there, Daniel, but this past Tuesday on NXT, when I saw Javon Evans and Leon Slater as a tag team, I said, holy shit, lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, I was pretty amazing there, and then the fact that they're going to wrestle at Bound for Glory,
Mm-hmm.
for the X Division title, like, whew. But man, and them as a tag team, I I am I think they have a future as a
Yeah.
tag team in there and down the line, and you know, wow, yeah, wow,
Well, guys, I think this. I don't think that they have to necessarily go over for the whole show kind of deal,
Mm-hmm.
but they really have to shine and shine big, and it's got to happen. You know what I mean? Because what's the point?
yeah,
I mean, we have Bound for Glory that Sunday following Tuesday. I
right,
mean,
yeah,
if TNA gets buried, why would I want to give a fuck about the pay per view? I mean, so even if it's everyone gets beat up until the last match, which is the showdown per se, and they go over off the air, TNA up. All right, I'm good with that. I'm
Mm-hmm.
good with that because that gives me hope now that we got a good fucking pay per view. You spread it out, that's fine. Or there could be a story where NXT dominates leading up to the showdown, and all of a sudden, showdown, TNA kicks their fucking ass. You know what I mean? And I'm fine with that. I just think that it's imperative for them to either go over, however that happens, or whatever it may be, or have extreme, extreme energy, high hopes, whatever. They've got to go over as they go off the air in the NXT's Tuesday show.
Yeah, that something that we Brian, since we started this show over, well, at this point coming up next year, it'll be what, four years that we've been doing the show. We've always had uh soft place in our heart for TNA.
Always will.
And of course, and rightfully so. You spent a lot of time there, and like you said, you wouldn't have retired from there couple right about then if they didn't mean something to you.
Correct.
But I really think that this is going to be that test for them. I'm not saying that they're not talented. They very much are so. They wouldn't
Yep.
be in this position if it wasn't the case.
Yep. I
But
agree.
Yep.
NXT isn't gonna roll over. You
Nope.
know,
Nope. Nope.
they got the legs. It'll be interesting to see.
I bet there's gonna be some snug matches and some snug action
You
in ring.
you want you Jimmy brought it up, match of the night, that snug match with Ethan Page and Mustafa Ali.
Good
Gonna
stuff.
be it's gonna be good stuff, guys. And
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be a good night for both brands, for NXT and for TNA. And I want to see this momentum going in for TNA, going in for Bound for Glory, because it's really leading up to be one hell of a pay-per-view
Mm-hmm.
for TNA.
Yep.
One question, and then we'll go from there. If I want to get your thoughts, guys, Daniel, we saw a couple announcements within the last week or so of three people going into the TNA Hall of Fame coming up at Bound for Glory. We first was announced that Mickey James will be going in to the TNA Hall of Fame, as well as the beautiful people Velvet Sky and Angela Love. Uh, just to get your thoughts on it. Obviously, you being there with TNA, it's got to be great to see three women of the cornerstones of the knockout division.
yeah, for sure, and the fact that they're probably the most over three women to ever be in TNA's history.
100.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I'm excited. I love the all women's Hall of Fame thing, and
Mm-hmm.
which we kind of alluded that the other company should do the same this year. But um, I love that. I love that Mickey James is to me the greatest female wrestler of all time. She is the goat and well deserved, and she's being the other Hall of Fame too. And then the beautiful people. I mean, again, as I said, they had the highest rated program all the time on Spike TV. Yes, I understand probably why, because sex sells, but they are the beautiful people, and believe it or not, they're both sweethearts. So, um, in their own in their own right too as well. So, well, so is Mickey. Mickey's a sweetheart as well.
Mhm.
Just don't get her pissed, So
Well, she is
uh,
from Virginia.
yeah, but yeah, I'm super pumped. I'm excited to see those ladies again, in Boston or Lowell, sorry, and it's going to be a great night for them, well deserving, and yeah, let's frickin' I'll say frickin' let's frickin' roll, man. Let's go.
I'll say this. I have worked very closely with all these women. I have been friends with Mickey for a long time. I have been friends with the beautiful people as long as I could have. And you know what, Dan? You said it. You said it best. I think it's really cool that it's an all women's induction into the Hall of Fame, TNA Hall of Fame. That's really cool. That's really cool. And they're three very, very important people that put a staple in TNA, honestly. And not only that, but I want to say it. I'm going to do it anyway because I'm so excited about it. We'll do it again at the end of the show. But guess what, guys? Guess what happens next week? We get one half of the beautiful people, Velvet Sky, on our show before the Hall of Fame. So we get to talk to her before. And boy, oh boy, I know it's not video to you guys out there, but it will be to me. Let the pigeons out, baby. Let the pigeons out. So, yeah, I'm very excited about this. Sorry to let the cat out the bag early, but I couldn't help it. I am the one that instrumentally put that together. I am going to put my own flowers out there. Yes, I did. Like I told y'all, there's no lie. I am good friends with all three of these Hall of Famers, soon to be. It's awesome. I love all three of them. So well deserved. It's so well deserved, and I can't wait to see it happen. And I will be watching. Oh my god, I can't wait.
You're right. You're right, Barry Horowitz. You deserve to pat yourself on the back.
Yes, and I
But
will take it.
that was the great get. But as far as their contributions to not just TNA, but to professional wrestling, women's professional wrestling, because there was a stigma attached to women's wrestling for the longest times. And all three of these ladies are beautiful people, but people saw past that and
Yep.
saw talent. They saw them as talents. They didn't just see them as good-looking people doing wrestling in the ring. It was much more than that. They changed the perception of women's wrestling, and not just for TNA, but for all of women's wrestling. And that's the important part. That's the biggest contribution they can. And congrats to all of them. And like you said, Daniel, I'd love to see just this year, 2025, the end of 2025 here, Bound for Glory, and going into 2026, just an all women's representation in Hall of Fames everywhere.
For sure. I obviously in WWE started that with Stephanie going in as well, but I'm sure we'll talk about that in the coming weeks and going forward.
There's a long list of women that should go in, so why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. No doubt. Mickey being one of them.
Mickey, Sable, China by herself.
China. Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just right there. That's enough at the moment, but you could add one or two more.
Oh, absolutely.
Without question. Guys, so why don't we do this?
Why
Why don't we
forgot Lita? How do you forget Lita?
Lita's
She's
already
in.
in.
Oh,
She's
she is
already
in.
Lillian,
Oh, wait.
Lillian,
Yeah.
Lillian Garcia.
There's another one. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Trying to think on. I'm trying to think of the
That's
list
quite a bit right there. That's quite a bit right there.
Mm-hmm.
because
Usually they do about
Ivory's in,
7.
right?
Ivory's
Is Molly in?
Molly
Molly's
Holly's
not in.
not in. Molly Holly.
Molly's in.
She is.
I think she's in.
No,
Molly
Molly's
Holly?
not
I
in.
don't think so.
They
I
must
do
have done
not
that
think-
off air.
I'm pretty sure she went.
Actually, I think you're right.
Yeah, she went in,
2021, class of 21.
Yeah,
Ah, okay.
Oh,
I
wow.
thought she. Yeah, I didn't think she went. Yeah, 21. Yep.
Don't remember that at all.
That was during COVID,
Des-
so.
Deserving.
Well, right. Oh, definitely. I'm just trying to think of if there's anybody else there that.
Oh, I'm sure there. You look at the
You
list.
can put
I'm
in,
sure
you
there
put in
is.
Don Marie. You could put in,
Mhm.
Beulah. You can Francine. Like you do all the ECW girls.
Yeah.
There's,
Stacy Keebler,
she's in.
She's in.
or her legs in, or just her.
Yes.
I mean,
Never seen a
Yes.
pair of legs like that in my life.
Yeah, she's got legs.
Oh man, what a wonderful person she was too.